I made my debut indie fantasy novel Runaways dyslexia friendly, but I didn't use the Open Dyslexia font or Comic Sans. So how did I do it? But we didn't just stop at choosing a more dyslexia-friendly serif font. Going back to the rules of typography, you can choose to mess around with two things called kerning and line spacing. And going back to my Brandon Sanderson example here, flip open a page, you can see all the text is super close together. This has to be done to make all of the words fit on the page, so that way you can actually bind the book. You often see in young reader books or middle grade books a different kind of kerning or word choice. So let's just look at Wonder, for example. Great book. The words are a lot farther apart, spacing's a bit larger, the space between the lines is larger. This makes it a lot easier for young readers to drag their eyes across the line, stop, and then start at the beginning of the next line. For young readers, for dyslexic readers, for neurodivergent readers, this makes it a lot easier. So what I did is I took the entire document, brought it into my formatting software, Affinity Publisher 2, which is like a clone of Adobe InDesign, and then I increased the spacing between the words, and I increased the line spacing from 100% to like 115 or 120, maybe 135, I don't remember exactly what I used, but I just increased that spacing a little bit to help make it more reader friendly. In the end, this is how the final product turned out. But if you want to see the full version of the formatting, you can sign up for my mailing list and read the first 3 chapters of Runaways completely for free. The book will be coming out on October 31st, 2025. This made it much more dyslexic friendly, while also keeping it very pretty, very aesthetic, very traditional. So I didn't have to make an entire second edition in an Open Dyslexic or Comic Sans font that would look a little silly. I mean, I love those fonts, don't get me wrong, but they're more computer-based fonts. They were never really meant to be printed in a book style. They weren't designed for that. And so I think this makes the best of both worlds. Dyslexic readers don't have to buy 2 different editions of the book to get the same reading experience. And the only thing it costs me is a little bit more page time. The book is about 478 pages instead of like 300, and it's a little bit pricier to print, but I still think it was a really good compromise for the sake of the reader experience. Let me know what you think. Is this a thing more indie authors should adopt since we have the control over typography? Let me know in the comments.